The Dark Ages are often called the lost centuries for a reason. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Europe faced a widespread collapse of learning and knowledge. Libraries were destroyed, literacy became a rarity, and humanity lost access to centuries of scientific, medical, and philosophical advancements. In this video, we'll uncover the chilling reality of widespread illiteracy and the loss of knowledge during the Dark Ages. The year 476 CE marked the fall of the Western Roman Empire, and with it, Europe descended into chaos. The empire had been a center of learning, preserving knowledge from ancient Greece, Egypt, and beyond. Roman cities boasted libraries, schools, and academies, but after the empire fell, these institutions crumbled. Invading barbarian tribes prioritized survival and conquest over learning, and with their arrival, much of Rome's knowledge was lost. Literacy became a privilege of the elite. Without a centralized education system, most people never learned to read or write. By the 6th century, literacy rates had plummeted, and knowledge was confined to monasteries. In fact, the ability to read or write became so rare that even kings like Charlemagne, who ruled in the 8th century, reportedly struggled with literacy. The average person would never see a book, let alone be able to read one. One of the greatest tragedies of the Dark Ages was the destruction of libraries. The Library of Alexandria had already been lost centuries earlier, but similar fates befell Roman and Byzantine libraries during this time. Books were burned, manuscripts stolen or neglected, and entire collections vanished. Some invading forces saw these texts as useless, while others deliberately destroyed them to erase cultural and intellectual heritage. In this dark period, monasteries became the last bastions of knowledge. Monks painstakingly copied religious texts by hand, preserving pieces of ancient wisdom along with the Bible and other sacred writings. However, the focus was often on religious works, meaning that many scientific, philosophical, and medical texts were lost. It's thanks to these dedicated scribes that works by Aristotle, Plato, and other ancient thinkers survived at all. With the decline of literacy, oral tradition became the primary way to share stories, history, and knowledge. While this kept culture alive, it also led to distortions over time. Legends like Beowulf, for example, were passed down orally for centuries before being written down. But for practical knowledge, like engineering or medicine, much of the precision was lost. While Europe struggled with widespread illiteracy, the Islamic world became a hub of learning. During the Islamic Golden Age, scholars translated and preserved ancient texts, advancing fields like mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. It's thanks to these scholars that works by Greek and Roman thinkers re-entered Europe during the later Middle Ages, sparking the Renaissance and ending the intellectual stagnation of the Dark Ages. The tides began to turn in the late 8th century during Charlemagne's reign. His push for education and literacy sparked the Carolingian Renaissance, a brief revival of learning that laid the groundwork for the future. By the 11th century, Europe saw the rise of universities and a renewed interest in ancient knowledge. The seeds of progress were finally beginning to grow. The loss of knowledge during the Dark Ages reminds us of how fragile progress can be. Libraries were burned, literacy declined, and entire fields of science and philosophy were nearly lost to history. Yet, it also shows the resilience of human curiosity and the enduring power of knowledge. The efforts of monks, scholars, and later generations ensured that the light of learning wasn't completely extinguished. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the widespread illiteracy and loss of knowledge during the Dark Ages. Which part of this era's intellectual decline surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more historical explorations. Until next time, stay curious and keep seeking knowledge.